Nk'uko mumaze iminsi mudusaba amasomo y'abana mwakifashisha mu rugo, turayabohereje kuri video kandi nta kiguzi tubasaba. Mukomeze kwiga neza mukurikiza gahunda yo kwirinda COVID-19.
I'm pleased to be with you now for this morning to support you to learn by using this video teaching following this course of mathematics. This course of mathematics, we are going to learn about Unit 6, which contains by ratios, proportion, percentage, and mixture. And because the other point here, which we have seen them at the time that we were at school, now we are going to see mixture. Before entering the deeply, knowing the components of this mixture, like those 4 points related about this mixture, finding the average price of mixture, finding the unit price of the mixture, finding the one quantity of the mixture, and find 2 quantities of the mixture. Those are the 4 points that make up this mixture. Let me first explain this term mixture. As usual, this word mixture, it is from verb to mix, which means that it is a combination. By definition, we say that mixture Okay, by defining this term mixture is a combination of 2 or more items different or have the same category in order to make one type. That is what we call term mixture. Refer from the definition. Mixture is a combination. To combine means that to put things together. It is a combination of 2, because one item cannot make a mixture. It should be 2 or more. What is the reason of mixing? It is in order to make what? To make one type. Here, by refer from the examples we have here, in my hands, you see that I have 2 packages. There is white beans, which cost 500 kilograms per kilogram, 500 francs per kilogram. That is the second type. And the first type here I have, it contains by the red beans. Those are the 2 types I have in my hands. This is one type and this is another type. This white type itself, it can't make any mixture, and this type itself can't make a mixture. But after combining, mixing these things together, I get what we call a mixture. Here I have white beans, this is red beans. So I'm going to mix them together, or combining them together. You see that after combining those 2 categories of beans together, I get a mixture. There I had 2 kilograms for first package, and for the second I had 3. And after combining them together, I get a mixture of 5 kilograms of beans. So that is what we call word mixture. The reason why we say that a mix is a combination. We take 2 and we combine 2 or more things. Then you combine them together for making one. In this package I have put together those 2 types of beans. That is the reason why we are learning about mixture. As I told you that this mixture contains by the 4 points, so let me begin with the first point, which called finding the average price of mixture. That is the first point we are going to learn about mixture. Finding the average price of mixture. That is the one point which is including in this one, in this mixture. So how can you talk about an average? Average means, here we are going first to define what we call, how can we find an average of items? Average of items is equal to the total sum of items divided by number of items. That is the meaning of an average. To find the average of items, first of all, we have to look for what? We have to look for the sum of items. And we know that a sum, it is a result from addition. When we are talking about a sum, it is a result from addition. We add things and the result we get, it is called a sum. And then after adding the sum of items, immediately we count the number of those items given, and after dividing the sum with number of items, immediately we get what we call an average. For example, here I have asked you to find the average of 3, 7, and 2. How can I find the average of those numbers 3, 7, and 2? As I told you, we have to get the sum of items. Getting the sum, first of all, we are going to find the sum of items. Sum is equal to 3 plus 7 plus 2. And then we get 12. That is the sum of items we have. How many numbers of items? We can count 1, 2, 3. We have 3 items. Now to find an average is equal to that sum of items divided by number of items, which is 1, 2, 3. Then the answer I get 4. Coming back from this point, we have to find the average price of mixture. There are something that we have to know. How can I find an average price of mixture? Here, there is what we call the process to be followed. Process of finding the average one. The process of finding the average price of mixture, it is first of all we find the first total cost of first type. That is the point one we have to look for. We have to look for the total cost of first type. Second one, we find the total cost of second one. The second one. The third one, we find we add mass of 2 items. Then for the force, we add total cost of both sides. Both types. Then the last, we take total cost divided by total mass. That is how can we find an average price. That is how can we find the average price of the mixture. Let's come back with an example of finding the average price of mixture. I'm going to give you example 1. Then after following this example 1 and example 2 that I will give you, you yourselves, you will be able to do the exercise that will be written down. John Okay, on the blackboard we have an exercise related about to find the average price of the mixture. Let's analyze together this problem and look for the first type, the second type, and we follow this process in order to find the average price of the mixture. Here, the example that you have is about Johnny mixed 2 kilograms of rice. Cost at 1,000 francs per kilogram, with 4 kilograms of another type, cost at 800 francs per kilogram. Find the average price of mixture. As I told you that for getting a mixture, you should have 2 different types of quantity. Here, the quantity we have 2 kilograms of rice. But these 2 kilograms of rice can't make a mixture. The reason why this John mixed these 2 kilograms with the 4 kilograms. After mixing, he gets what we call a mixture of rice. The first kilogram, 2 kilograms, was cost at 1,000 per 1 kilogram. And for the second one was cost at 800 per 1 kilogram. And then my question is, find the average price of a mixture. Then we are going to make a solution. How can we solve this problem? By coming back on our example, I have told you the process of finding the average price of mixture. 1. You have to look for the total cost of first type. And there, coming back, first type We are going to talk about first type. It was 2 kilograms, which was sold at how much? Which was sold 1 kilograms was 1,000 per 1 kilogram times 2 kilogram. Then we simplify this. The answer we get is 2,000 francs. Means that for first type, 2 kilograms was cost 2,000 francs for both 2 kilograms. Then we are coming back from the second process. We have to look for the total cost of the second one. The second one was 4 kilograms. The second one was 4 kilograms. Second type, the mass of the second type was 4 kilograms, which was sold at 800 francs times the cost of 4 kilograms. This was per 1 kilogram. Then we simplify. We get the answer. The answer is, for the second type, 3,200 francs. That is the cost of the second type. Coming back from the third one, add the mass of the 2 items. So the 2 items, it means that the first type plus the second type. There you get 2 kilograms for first type plus 4 kilograms for second type. I get 6 kilograms for both 2 types, which make up a mixture. And then the first point is we add the total cost for both types, where we get total cost 1, cost of type 1 was 2,000 francs, and the cost of type 2 was 4,000. And then after we add them, we get 6,000. That is make up the total cost of 6 kilograms. Taking on, we have seen that taking the first man, 6 kilograms of mixed beans for first type and the second cost 6,000. And 1 kilogram of mixed beans will be cost 6,000 francs divided by 6. And then the answer you get is 1,000. So the average price of mixed beans is 1,000 francs. That is how can you do these problems. How can you solve the problems related about finding the average price of mixture? First of all, you have to respect this process that you have to pass through in order to look for the solution of asked question. So you see that the first type plus the second type, we get the total mass of mixture, which is equal to 6 kilograms. And then we take the total cost of type 1, taking add. Here we add the total cost of type 2, we get 6,000. Means that this 6,000 francs was the cost of first type plus the cost of the second type, and which is equal to the total mass of the first type and the second type. The answer we get is that. To find the average price, we take the total item divided by the number of items. See? The reason why we get 1,000. I think that everybody has understood about this example given. Dear learners, for supporting to those ones who don't understand well the first example, I'm coming back with the second one for facilitating the first one who don't understand well. Our second example is about umwari Okay, coming back for the second example that we have on the blackboard, we have that Ungari mixed 15 kilograms of red beans. That is the first type. Cost 200 francs per 1 kilogram, and he mixed with 25 kilograms of white beans. That is the second type of beans. Cost 300 francs per kilogram. Then my question is, calculate the cost of 1 kilogram of the mixture. What does it mean? As the process we have been using to do the first one, we are going also to use it for doing the second. Respecting this process I have shown you here. 1. We are going to find total cost solution. The first type was the cost. The first type was 15 kilograms, which was sold for 300 francs. Then we are going to find the total cost of these ones. Taking the total cost of first type is equal to 15 kilograms times 500 francs per 1 kilogram. By simplifying kilograms by kilograms, the answer will get 4,500 francs. That is the total cost of the first type of beans. Now we are going to see the second type, which was white beans. It was the cost of them, it was the 25 kilograms times the cost of 1 kilogram, which is 3,300 francs. That is the first, it was 3,000. And then the second, it will be 7,500 francs. You see that on our blackboard, we have that the total cost of first type, the mass of the first type was 15 kilograms. And we multiply by the unit price of 1 kilogram, which is 200 francs. And then the total cost of them is equal to 3,000. Then for the second type, the mass of the second type, it is 25 kilograms. But we multiply by the unit price of the second type, which is 300. The answer we get, it is 7,500. And then after doing the first type, the second type, we are going to do what? To find the total mass of the mixture, we are going to see what is the weight of mixed beans. So we find that the weight of mixed beans, it is the mass of first type plus the mass of the second. Which is equal to 15 kilograms plus 25 kilograms, which make up a mixture of 40 kilograms. That is a mixture of red beans plus the mixture of white plus the second type of red beans. Now we are going to find 40 kilograms, which make up a mixture of the first beans to the second type. It was cost by 3,000 for the first cost plus the cost of the second, which is 700, 500. Then the answer we get 10,500 francs. So now we say that 40 kilograms of mixed beans is equal to 10,500 francs. Now we are going to see this is the total mass of the first type of beans plus the total mass of the second one, which was 40 kilograms, represent the mass of mixture. And after finding the mass of mixture, of course, we have to add also the cost of first type plus the cost of the second, which is here, and then we get 10,500. Last point is to find the average price of mixture, which is equal to unit price of mixture, unit price of mixed beans is equal to 10,500 francs divided by the number of the mass, 40 kilograms. Then we get the unit price of mixture. We are going to make the process of division of 10,500 francs divided by 40. Here we have two numbers, and here we have to take two numbers, but 10 divided by 40 it is impossible because 10 is less than 40. So I take three numbers. 105 divided by 40. As a learner, you have to think that which number can you put here. When you multiply by this 40, we get 105. There you get the multiplication of 40. 40 times 2 is equal to 80, and 40 times 3 we get 120. So the number which is nearby, 105, it is 80. We put here up 2. 2 times 40, I get 80. Subtract, I get 5. 5 minus 0, we get 5. Then 0 minus 8 is impossible. There you get 10. Down I get 2. I put down 0. 250 divided by 40. Which number can I put here up? When I multiply it by 40, I get 250 or nearby 250. So I continue the process of 40 multiplication of 40. 40 times 2 we have seen that is equal to 80. Then 40 times 3 is equal to 120. 40 times 4 is equal to 160. 40 times 5 we get 200. So 200 is less than 250. I put 6. 60 times 40, I get 240. I subtract 0 minus 0, I get 0. 5 minus 4, I get 1. Then I bring down this 0. Which number can I put here up? When I multiply by this, I get 100. So there I see that the number which is in here, it is 2. 2 times this, I get 80. Then I subtract. I get 0, 10, 2. The answer is 262, but here I put a point, and then I fix a point here, because I hit on decimal parts. I put here 5. 5 times 40, I get 200. Subtract, I get 0. So, there, by making the average price of mixture, average price a mixture cost 262.5. But when you have a number behind of points greater than or equal than 5, the answer we can round off this saying that the cost price can be 263 francs per 1 kilogram of a mixture. That is how can we find the unit price of the second example. And I think that everybody here has understood. So my learners, I can't end this sub-unit without setting some exercise to you, which facilitate you to do yourself the work depending on the process you have been using to look for the solution of those 2 examples I've given. So you pay attention and you follow the exercise I'm going to give you, then you yourselves you will do. The first exercise is about Theta bought. You know that the cost and the bought they are the same. Theta bought 5 liters of honey at 1,200 francs per 1 liter with 3 liters of another type at 1,000 francs per 1 liter. The question is find the average price of mixed honey. That is the first question. Second, The second example is Omurisa mixed 6 kilograms of maize flour cost at 150 francs per kilogram with 4 kilograms of sorghum flour cost at 100 francs per 1 kilogram. The question is, what was the average price of mixed flour? That is the end of the exercise. Then by doing those exercises given, you must follow these steps that I have shown you here. Thank you very much.